Nearest to shadows, signing by a midnight line to rivers and sea. Aqua. Something. Love is always different, but it will always rival. Not each other, but love will always rival nothing. But everything will always rival love. Not in violent means by our sense or harmful means, but in any case of scenario, love will always need to accomplish itself towards what it is not or might not be, or something of what can or never become. But thus, love maybe has enemies. So that's a irrelevant question of not rivaling anymore. That's already rivalry to rival by rival relation, maybe. But everything will always rival love. If there is love, everything but love will rival love. Logic. If something is in the world, A plus A equals A plus negation of B, meaning everything that exclamates A to be A, so everything that's left be left, and besides, here watch video of before, meaning go through the channel, the last 6, 7 to 19 videos, will explain all of these concepts and all the order and so forth. This is always true. Morph logic doesn't apply to love, but syntax errored logical frame, like basically to degree, meaning almost but not a word, is what is of love. Love is a chosen choice by miracle to become any, but must at all cases be by negation of B, A, therefore the miracle by the choice to be with the other person. Meaning it's a miracle proving the miracle. It's the ultimate philosophy, unless it's not free choice, or free evaluation, or any of that. Love is really difficult, meaning also your sex must be chosen, and so forth. It doesn't work otherwise. Meaning you need to be able to feel good in your body. Meaning if you feel intense happiness, if you just look at your body, doesn't mean you're a different sexuality. You just love the way your color of your body and your body is feeling, and that you are happy. So you're happy about happiness, and not really. You're happy in accepting and knowing yourself in your spirit or your body, what your spirit is, and that it is not different and not changing in that idea. That the sex is male, for example, and therefore you feel intense happiness, and then you look at that idea which reflects in your spirit, and therefore you feel ultimate happiness. Logic. Then you see your loved one and feel the gracious happiness, but also desire. So there you need to control then your desire to not become less happy or destructive in love. So it's rather difficult to have a good relationship. And you cannot tell people why that is difficult. Now, everything will always thus rival, though, therefore, maybe, but not really, but thus, no, not really. That's rival love. Because everything in the world, even if everyone is of idea to accept love, or of love to the person they are with, everything in the world will still always rival love. Even the slightest idea of drinking something will rival to the desire of being not with the other person. Therefore, sex is the ultimate sin, but not the sin of sins by ultimate. Thus, love is in rivalry to what is not of A, meaning exclamation by negation of B by negation. Thus, in this case of scenario, love always needs to be always, in all cases, once chosen why and how you are yourself, be chosen towards the other person by a choice in free will of ultimate or none by love, meaning chosen to be with the other person by the other person chosen as well, meaning choice in free. Free will or freedom by possibility, meaning always free. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So your sex must stay the same, yourself must stay the same, your soul, spirit, all that cannot be changed to emphasize with love. That's why prostitution is not of love. It's of sex. And sex is only lust, but love plus lust, meaning ultimate lust, the supernova of lust, that is love. It's egoistic as hell, but that's good, nice and good that way. So everyone who doesn't accept love doesn't rival love in the same way that someone who does, right? But yeah, he does. Because every word, every question about why the person is with the other, that they are the way they are, interact with each other, is already a rivalry to what that is. So that's why everything will always rival love. Love will tear us apart. Yeah, but why? What is meant by that? It's a true idea. Will always stay true. True prophecy. There are some prophecies who will always stay true. Always, in all cases of scenario, there will be always, in any sort of degree, true by something that's not accepted to be silenced by prophets. We know exactly. But love is always about to be rivaled. But not by itself. Love is perfect. But only if chosen. That's why it's love. Otherwise, it's prostitution. And prostitution, as I said, is not about sex even. It's not even about money. I don't know. I don't want to know. But love, it's not. Not love. Love is something different. As I said, it's explained. It's exclamation of B to be A. Meaning the same idea by difference. Because A plus A is already a difference. A plus A is the difference to be evaluated by the same idea, the same narrative, the same archetype, the same frame, the same possible frame. Ending up in A and exclamating everything by negation of B, meaning everything that is not of A. And so forth. And the negation is the negation of that as well by infinite. But also not by defined infinity, like explained in Philosophy and Diabetes. It's a defined infinity. It doesn't work otherwise. Infinity is not infinite, never. Just like power has all, but always a boundary. No power is infinite. If you draw 10,000 artworks by all means of artwork, you still will have one possible outcome where the artwork is overlapping to be the same, not even intersectional. Just like with a gun that fires in all directions, all possibilities will fire back. Or even a drink. You drink all drinks, even if you could have the power to drink everything that you can drink. At some point you will drink one zip less, or one zip more, or one zip not, and you didn't drink. That's because all possibilities are equaled to the degree where all infinity outcomes project a possibility that negates all of this. So basically Banach theory, but not really. And therefore, all power has limits. Every power, even truth. Truth has also its limits. Because truth could always verify power, but then by power it has limits, but not really. This could still be stabilized. Rather by the idea that truth in one moment has many ideas to be of truth or be even not true. It's rather difficult to comprehend, but I can explain that. If X is always X, stable, but in all cases of X needs to be a derivation of X, meaning looking different, like this one, thus this X is still true by any of whatever that X is to become. Or B, by this X, meaning where's the hypothetical X if this is true. So the negation of B still works though, and that's why love is perfect. As long as a person chooses free his own body, his own mind, his own self, his own sense, in the best way possible. Meaning no one can be really held responsible why anyone maybe be trans. That's something that is not of responsibility to other people, not even God. Because if God would try to understand blah, it's not an idea that God can be or anyone. That would be needed to be evaluated for trans people, not by God or anyone else for trans people, not by God and his wife or else me. It's not possible. It's because power has limits. Even if that acceptance of that idea would be true, which is not, it would be suicide. There's no goodness in that. It's only devaluation and abomination to us. So suicide. In all degrees, and therefore ghost of hell, eternal hellfire, and brought on existence, framed idea to death of all existence. If possible, actually more than just a spirit or mind or matter, meaning a body that is not matter. Here, here, no wood. Once it went through the moon, or just become ghost of hell. So that would need to be evaluated by trans people for trans people. Not by us or anyone, and not by the angels and not by God and his wife. But love can still be for trans people the same idea, because they already know that there is most likely also a determined choice, just like homosexuality. You make a choice and at one point you may end up in this idea. Must be true, because when I go through that I end up with a different character trait, and that is then fluided to become a different sense of myself, but not a different character or base of spirit. Just like God. Just like the wife of God. Love is perfect and cannot even have this negation. As soon as you know that or don't know that, you know why it doesn't work. Love is too perfect to know that. You can be trapped on death and just use this knowledge to defend. Love can defend. It cannot be weaponized, but can use this as a weapon. But should never be a weapon, of course, but can be weaponizing that idea to weapon. Not really be a weapon in here, but not being the idea a weapon. Thus, the perfectness of one's vollkommene idea, meaning the perfect in what you are, that you are eternally happy, a flawed imperfection, to become that what you are, desire of perfect, is chosen by the other for love, which is by exclamation of be, the same idea. Thus, the same flaw is imperfected by perfection to the same idea, meaning perfect, by be, or as essential miracle being be, my miracle, or life. That's why love is the perfect example. Why life is this way. And then life is war strikes, but that's a different idea.